folks, and welcome to our session this morning on Xpressdocs. A couple of things you should know about Xpressdocs. Um, they are our primary partner for all of our printing across the company. In fact, they're the primary partner for printing across the brand. So you have many entry points into Xpressdocs. Today, our account executive, Mark Swindell, is going to take you for a walk through the Xpressdocs products, show you where to find things, and he will be able to answer any and all questions that you may have regarding Xpressdocs. Now, I say they are a printing partner, but they also provide a lot of other things. So Mark's going to kind of walk you through everything that they do as a company. And of course, you always have your admins as a resource in the office or the marketing team to answer any questions with regards to this software that you're about to hear about. Without further ado, I give you Mr. Mark Swindell. Mark, it's all yours.
Hey, good morning, everybody. And thanks, Ralston. Really appreciate it. So I've been with Xpressdocs for almost 8 years, and I've been the dedicated senior account manager for the Berkshire Hathaway brand during my entire tenure here at Xpressdocs. So yes, Xpressdocs has a lot of real estate clients among other clients, but I'm all Berkshire Hathaway. It's all I've known, and I'm very happy doing what I'm doing here, and I'm very happy to have Berkshire Hathaway under my wing here. So Berkshire Hathaway Town. If everybody can see my screen here, I'm logged in as an agent. I took an agent at random, Fred Helm in Chesapeake, and I'm not sure if Fred's on, but I found an agent who placed a recent order, and I thought, okay, I'll use them today. So this is Fred Helm's account, but all of your accounts, all of your agent accounts, when you log into Xpressdocs, and again, to get to Xpressdocs, there is a link on your intranet for Xpressdocs, and as soon as you click that link, it'll take you to this page. And right here, going over here to the upper right, just hovering over I guess the headshot, the faux headshot here, you can see that I'm in Fred Helm's account in the Chesapeake office. When you log in, when you click that link for Xpressdocs, you will see your name and your office up here. Okay, but this is the what we call the home screen, and we have tiles here, and as you hover over the tiles, you will then see subcategories. So this is the property brochures. Let me enlarge this. This is the property brochures category, but then within this category, you have one-sided flyers, two-sided flyers, 11 by 17 fold-over brochures, luxury collection, and everything that's in that category, yard signs, personal and company marketing, stationery, promo products. Just like Ralston said, yes, we're known mainly to be printing, but we also do a lot of the Berkshire Hathaway apparel, closing gifts, drinkware, promotional products, whether it's pens or baseball hats, whatever. Now, most of the things that you would see here have the Berkshire Hathaway logo only, but don't just give up right there. If you really like a Berkshire Hathaway polo that you see here, but you want Town Realty to also be on the shirt, or you want your name to also be on the shirt, we can all do that as well. You just need to reach out to Ralston or reach out to me, and we can get that quoted out for you. We have a partnership with Unibind. What we did, if any of you guys use Unibind, is that we partnered with them and we created a whole bunch of standard and luxury collection Unibind hardcover books, and we placed them in an inventory so it's an easy pick pack order. We can still do the customization for Unibind, but that will still take 4 to 6 weeks to turn those around. We just did these and placed them in inventory if something was needed right now. It eliminates that 4 to 6 week turnaround time. And once we did that, we've gotten a lot of orders from these, not only from town, but from a lot of Berkshire Hathaway companies who are needing some hardcover presentation covers for various items. And then we also have the machines too that will glue these sheets into the hardcover presentation cover. And then also we have, this is called Stay in Touch, but it's basically, these are just, and the Berkshire Hathaway Town DBA would be on all these, but basically for any sort of postcard you can think of, with a theme you could find in here. And, again, it's a good way to, let's just say it's a, Washington football team schedule, and you want to put a magnet on there and you want to put your face on there. And so your face is on a client's refrigerator all year long, whether they want to contact you to refer you to somebody, or they're ready to buy a house again, your information be right there on their fridge all year long. But yeah, that's in here under this section. Again, and then all of these, if you wanted to add a magnet to the postcard, you can do so. Anything that you can think of to stay fresh in the mind of your clients, you could find in this category. And then I'm going to go over the Client for Life program that town has specifically through Xpressdocs. And that'll be, when I get to that portion, that'll be the last thing that I will cover for you guys today. First thing I want to cover, and please ask questions as you go along, and then Ralston, just let me know if there are any questions, because I've minimized the Teams thing so it doesn't block my screen here. But the first thing I want to cover is APM, Automated Property Marketing. So again, I'm logged in as Fred Helm, so I'm only going to see Fred Helm listings here. If I'm in under one of your accounts, I would only see your listings here. But what happens is, like a new listing here for 1019 York Drive, when Fred gets that new listing fed over to Xpressdocs, an email will be sent to Fred. Within that email, the email contents is, hey, congrats, you have a new listing. Create your marketing materials today. And there's a link on there. And if Fred clicks that link, it's then going to take him directly to here. So there's two ways to get here. One is the link via the email. Two is just logging into Xpressdocs, clicking on Automated Property Marketing, and you're going to see all of the listings where a postcard has been created for the individual agent. And again, in this case, it's Fred Helm. So whether Fred clicks on the link in the email or he just logs into Xpressdocs and clicks the Automated Property Marketing category, it'll then take him to here. And one of the newer things now, we launched this for town about 1.5 years ago, but it's not only postcards anymore. Originally, it was only postcards for APM, but agents do have the option to create brochures for 1019 York Drive and flyers for 1019 York Drive all at the same time now. And then you check out and pay for it all at once. Let's just say Fred only wants to do a flyer for 1019 York Drive. He can unclick these and then create a flyer for this 101 York Drive right here. He can do all three. He can do 2 of the 3. However he wants to do it, he can do it. I will start off. The number one thing that agents use APM for is postcards. That's what it's always been. So we will start off with the postcards. So agent gets the email, they click on the link in the email, it takes them here. He doesn't click brochures or flyers, it's going to default just to postcards. So he's going to click customize and check out. Dependent on your internet speed, It's going to take about 5 to 10 seconds for the postcard to be created based on what's fed over from the MLS. And there it is. There's 109 York Drive. This is a 3-photoed template. So from the MLS, it's taking photo 1, photo 2, and photo 3. If you want to choose a different photo than what was automatically sent over in the feed, all you would have to do, and I'll show you the editing here in a moment on how to do that, but you are not forced to have photos 1, 2, and 3. You're not even forced to use the photos that come over from the MLS. If you had someone take photos of a property and they emailed them to you, or you took photos of the property yourself and you're saved on your computer, you can load those here as well in place of what's fed over from the MLS. But one of the main reasons for APM is for speed, to get a postcard sent out as soon as possible. And basically, you could do this in less than 1 minute. You can have a postcard ordered, shipped out to a certain number of, or mailed out to a super number of addresses, to a certain number of addresses in less than a minute. But I'm going to show you all of the ins and outs of this in case there is some editing that wants to be done. Okay, so this is the front. This is the back. There's Fred's headshot, Fred's information. This is the description that is fed over from the MLS. Now, these templates that were provided to us from your marketing department, they really weren't meant to store a lot of verbiage in this space right here. And typically, the MLS description is quite lengthy. We don't highly recommend the description on the back of a postcard to be lengthy. One, it severely shrinks down the text on a postcard, and postcards are they're not large to begin with, so it's sort of a less is more approach. And Fred does have the option to supersede the description that is fed over to the postcard, and I'll show you in a moment where you can do that. But for these postcards, if you're going to participate in the APM program, I would recommend choosing a default verbiage to go on the back of the postcard here that says, just listed in your area. If interested, call me today. Something very short and to the point. Because if the client is interested, this is what they're really looking at. They're looking at the property, they're looking at the neighborhood, they're looking at the address, they're looking at the price. Then they're going to go on the back, and if there's any sort of intrigue, this is when they're going to contact you, the agent. So if there is any editing that you are wanting to do, you can click this edit button. And there are two places where you can place the edits to the verbiage. One is just right here on the card itself. That's really simple. I just clicked on this pencil and I made the changes right here. Clicked out of there and the changes have been made. You can eliminate this completely and write your own right here. Fred's photo right here. You can see the top of his head is cut off just a little bit. So I'm going to move this down. Click out of there. Top of his head's not moved anymore. Photos with the new APM program that we launched for you guys 18 months ago, photos are editable now. In the old Xpressdocs system, you're basically, for the most part, stuck with the way that it fed over. But now you can move it to where Fred's head is not cut off anymore. Move that down. Looks good. The other place to edit the verbiage is still you can do that down here as well.
Now, Mark, there are two questions in the chat. And as you're updating this card, and I'm going to go backwards kind of on the questions. The first question was, can you put a QR code on the back of the postcard with a link back to your website of that property? And I can quickly answer that, and the answer is yes. But in order to do that, you're going to need to choose the team back template that allows for a second photo if you want to keep your photo on there. Or if you don't want to use your photo, then you can put the QR code in place of your photo next to your information. Work with the marketing team on that one, and that would, that'll be the easiest way to get that done. The other question, Mark, is there a digital option for the brochures? And the concern is the orders can take about 5 to 7 days with shipping. So, and with properties going as quickly as they do, what about a digital option for the brochures?
For the agent to print themselves right then and there?
Correct.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Yes, you have the digital right to any order that you place, you have the digital right to that.
And it'll actually give you that option as you're checking out for that digital brochure. If you have any questions with that, just let us know. We'll be happy to help guide you. And last question was the adjusting of the photos that you're doing right now. One of our agents said she tried to do that for the main photo on the front. It wouldn't allow her to shift the photo. Can you address that real quick?
Sure. So let me just click on this one real quick. Like this one, you can go up and down, and then I think we can, yeah, you can even zoom in by taking the cursor to the corner here. And if we wanted to zoom in a little bit more, straighten this up, center it, you can do that. So which part was he or she not allowed to do?
I'm not certain as the question came in the chat, but I'll tell you that one of the things we've run into, and it just has to do with the size of your photo. If the photo is not large enough to be moved around, if, for instance, you're trying to zoom out, if there's no more for the photo to be able to do that, if it'll give you white on the sides and that sort of thing, then that's not going to happen. It's going to only allow you to zoom out to the width of the photo. And that may be what's happening there. And the questions are coming in. So let's see. This person says, I did not see the option to print instead of mail. Well, this is what happens. When you go in there, remember that Xpressdocs, they're in the printing business. So once you have a print order, you'll be able to download. But just going into design and print it yourself, we have some other means. For instance, if you want to take the marketing resource class, there'll be some other means wherein you can do that. And then if you decide to print, you can shift it right over to Xpressdocs. And so that information will be in our marketing resource class. And the last thing is, who does BHHS recommend for immediate printing if we use the digital copy to print ourselves while we wait for them to come in? None other than Xpressdocs. They are the fastest set of printers. In fact, when you do orders through the marketing department, once you've given your approval, we automatically use the overnight shipping option, so you get those the next day. If you're ever ordering on your own, feel free to do the same, and you'll get them just as quickly. Now, Mark and I are dealing with a situation right now with FedEx. Well, I was dating myself. I was going to call it Federal Express. With FedEx, where once they've released it from their plant, which is very efficient, it's in the hands of FedEx, and FedEx is seeing some slowdown right now when it comes to some deliveries. Even if you choose an overnight option, sometimes things get hung up in their system because there's lots of folks out from COVID and a ton of deliveries going on right now. So just know that the system is there, but it can be disrupted if for some reason there's a slowdown in the actual process. Hopefully that answers the questions. Mark, I'm going to let you continue.
Yeah, and I was just going to piggyback on that I believe in your ordering process right now, when you're getting something shipped, that a warning does come up. We added a warning I mean, it's not just FedEx. It's a USA thing right now where there's a lot of staffing issues going on. So yeah, Ralston had one this morning that an agent placed an order at 2:30 Central last Friday, and it left our facility within 2 hours. It was out of our facility within 2 hours, and it was for overnight shipping, and it was supposed to be in the hands on Monday. And I think as of today, they still haven't received it yet. The last I checked is that it is on the delivery truck and it will be going out today. But there's just staffing issues with FedEx right now that are causing some delays, and there's really not any consistency. I would say 75% of the orders are still being delivered as promised, but I would say that it's up to about 25% right now are not making it within the allotted time. And unfortunately, we have a great relationship with FedEx. However, when there is a delay, as far as my role, I don't get notification. I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of Berkshire Hathaway orders a day. So I do not get a notification. I do get notification immediately or within the next day if that same order that we were talking about from Friday that the agent placed at 2:30, if that had not left our facility that day, then I would have had an email Monday morning informing me of that. And at that point, I would proactively reach out to Ralston and say, hey, Ralston, just want to let you know you guys placed an overnight order, and it didn't leave our facility in time. I do have that, but once it leaves our facility, we don't have any tracking of it except what the agent has too, which is the tracking number. It's just another unfortunate COVID event that's going on with staffing issues, illnesses, what have you. So I would just say, all of our fingers are crossed that this thing comes to an end sooner rather than later. But, as of right now, we still have to fight through it, unfortunately.
Thanks, Mark.
Okay, I'll proceed here. And what I was mentioning a moment ago, let's just say you didn't want this to be the photo on the front, or you didn't want this one to be on the photo on the front. You just click the photo, click this box right here, and you're going to see all of the photos that fed over from the MLS. And to say, you know what, I like this one with the sunlight coming in, and click insert. And there it is. The photo has now replaced that one that you had. And then you have a little bit of an ability to move this one sort of like the headshot on the back. The smaller the photo is, the less, I guess, maneuvering around that you're able to do. So at this point, let's just say everything is the way that the agent wants it, and the agent is ready to check out. They did make some changes, so they need to save those changes. And then under order options right here, it's going to automatically create a list of the 50 nearest homes to 1019 York Drive. So that is automatic. Also, the little pencil and paper that's right next to the mailing list right here, you can click on that. And these are all of the mailing lists that Fred has in his, that he has used throughout his time in placing orders. So there's a bunch on here. They will always be here unless Fred goes to his APM profile, which I'm going to show you a second, and deletes them. But also, any time that you upload your own mailing list, again, you only have to do that once. It will always be there. And so if he wanted to add a list to this 1019 York Drive, he would just click, okay, Admiration Drive. Save and continue. And now it's 50 for 1019 York Drive, and then 150 for the Admiration Drive. So now this is going to 200 homes. Still haven't fixed that yet, Ralston. I want to get this coating needs to default to high gloss coating. So I'll make sure to get that updated for you guys.
Thank you.
And you see here, PDF download with purchase. And this is on. So again, once this order is purchased, placed, you then do own the PDF download of the print of whatever it is that you print. In this case, the postcard. Okay, so then agent is ready. We're going to check out. And from here, save and continue. Fred has a nice, generous ad budget from the marketing department. If he wanted to use that, he would just click that. It's going to deduct, he has 260 for his ad budget. It's going to bring 260 minus 172. So the next time he would place an order, there would be, quick math, $88 left. He could click save and continue here, and then the order would be placed. Or if he doesn't want to use his ad budget for that, he can click save and continue here. He can charge it to his credit card, submit for, or he has to hit the agreement here. The agreement is basically, and this is the most important part, is the proof that he just looked at. If you are looking at the proof and if you see something that just doesn't look right, the photo looks blurry, I'm not sure if the text looks right, that headline looks weird, but maybe they'll fix it when they see it. No, that's not the case. We get thousands and thousands of orders a day, and we just don't have people checking approved proofs. So any proof that you approve, that's how it's going to print. If you have any questions whatsoever of the order that you're placing, get it answered before placing the order, because that is how it's going to print. Now, you do have sort of a nice little parachute in that all of the APM orders, when you place the order, you're submitting for approval, and Ralston or someone in Ralston's department is also checking these before the order finally gets placed. So there are times where Ralston or someone from Ralston's department reaches out to us and says, hey, we're checking this order. Is it going to print that way? Can we change that? Whatever. And then I'm sure there's times that Xpressdocs isn't even involved, and someone from Ralston's team sees something with an order that you're placed and kicks it back to you and says, hey, I think you need to replace that photo. That's going to print really blurry. And just to let you know, 300 DPI is the recommended high resolution for photos, especially when you're dealing with brochures and flyers. For postcards, especially this size postcard that we're looking at, or smaller postcards, probably not going to distort the photo very much if it's a lower resolution, because it's already small. But when you're dealing with flyers and brochures, you've got to make sure that you're dealing with high-res photos. Otherwise, the piece that you're going to print, the photo is going to be blurry, and that's not how you want to represent yourself. So just make sure that the photo that you have for a large, flyer or brochure is at least 300 DPI or better. Again, if you're looking at the proof and you're thinking, that looks blurry, but maybe it's not going to print blurry, I'd err on the side of caution and say that that's probably going to print the way that it looks in the proof. Just in case Fred gets a phone call while he's working on this order, and he has to exit Xpressdocs in the middle of his order. The next time that he logs in, he can just click on My Orders, Pending APM Orders, and there it is, just listed, 1019 York Drive. He just needs to click on this cart right here, and it's going to take him back here. The reason it takes him back here and not to the checkout screen where he was is because, again, the importance of the proof. We want to make sure that that proof has been reviewed. It's exactly how he wants it, and that's how it's going to print. So we don't skip that step, even if he gets kicked out of Xpressdocs, has to leave Xpressdocs. When he comes back in to finish that order, it is going to take him to the proof just to make sure that everything is the way that he wants it to place that order. Any further questions on APM? I will go briefly. Whoops, let me go to that. Yeah, I'll go briefly into the brochures and flyers as well here. So we've made the postcard for Fred, but he's decided that he wants to make flyers and postcards for this as well. So the postcard is exactly the way that he wants it. Now, instead of going to check out, he clicks go to brochures. And this is going to be a custom brochure template. So again, this is taking photo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's taking all the photos that fed over. And again, if everything is the way that Fred wants it, he's good to go here. He can click the order options if he wanted to make sure that this is soft touch, which is a really, high-end coating. He could do soft touch coating front, back. Let's just do it both. So the inside and the outside is both going to have this really nice soft touch coating. So he's got the postcard done. He's got the brochure done. Now he wants to do a flyer as well. There's the flyer. Here's the back side of the flyer. Everything looks good. Everything fed over really well. He's not interested in doing a coating for this one. Everything is the way Fred likes it. He's going to click save. Right now it's saving the three products together. He's going to check out, and he's going to be able to check out for all three at one time: the postcards, the brochures with soft touch, the flyers. Save and continue. He uses his ad budget to take off a portion of this. There's 169. Wow, that still did that again. Should have taken off. This happened 2 days ago too, Ralston. I need to figure out why it's doing that. So I'm writing that down. But it should have taken off the 260 right there, not the 172 from the original order. So even taking off 260, there should be a balance of 65.50. He would click save and continue, pay 65.50 for the rest, and again, he would submit for approval after clicking the agreement here. And again, this would then go to your marketing department for review. Any additional questions on APM? And again, the number one reason for the APM is for the speed of how quickly you can get things done. You don't have to load anything. And I'll show you right here. So I'm Fred, I'm logging in. I need to get a postcard out really quick for 1706 Montclair. And it just looks like from the MLS that the photos did not even come across on here. Let me double check that. No, no photos fed over from the MLS. So this might be a bad example, but let's just say everything was the way that Fred wanted it. Click save, save. It's refreshing the proof. Checkout, save and continue. You can use the ad budget, save and continue, submit for approval. Again, the whole thing is done in less than a minute. So that was just a bad example right there because there weren't any photos for that property that fed over from the MLS. Okay, now finally, any other additional questions about APM? Okay, good. You can also order business cards through Xpressdocs right here. Non-APM, we still have templates that are not a part of your APM that if you wanted to just come in here and create your own postcard, your own property postcard, you could start from scratch here. Property brochures, we went through this one-sided, two-sided, 11 by 17 folder of brochures. Luxury collection. Luxury has their own branded flyers and brochures, business cards, some stationery, some pocket folders. Actually, these are presentation covers. Again, yard signs, and I know you have other vendors that you use for yard signs, but we offer them as well. Personalized note cards, stationery. This is letterhead, envelopes, note cards. All of the things that you see here do not have the Town Realty DBA attached to them. But well, I mean, the letterhead and the envelopes do, but the note cards and pocket folders don't. However, it doesn't mean that we can't do them. We would just consider that a customized note card or a customized pocket folder, and you would just need to reach out to us and we would get it quoted for you. Also, if you wanted to add your own personal logo, if you wanted to create your own pocket folders with your name and your own logo on there, we could do all of that stuff. We just need the art, and we would get it quoted out for you, how many that you would want, and any special instructions. Again, promotional products, drinkware, closing gifts, apparel, office products, name badges, nameplates, event supplies. I clicked on office products, flash drives, pens, pop sockets, business card holders. I believe Ralston bought a backpack from us at maybe the Nashville convention. So a whole bunch of things in here that we're not just print, that we do a lot of promotional products. Again, the majority of this stuff is just branded BHHS. If you wanted to brand it with your own logo, with your name, with the town DBA, we could do that for you as well. It would just have to be custom and offline. Unibind we discussed. We have the standard Unibind templates. It's hard to see here, but there's a BHHS logo right there embossed. This is for the luxury collection. Now, the last program that I wanted to cover with you is your Client for Life program. Again, under programs here, you have your APM and you have your Client for Life. What the Client for Life program is, let's just say you have people that have bought houses from you in the past, or you showed houses to in the past. Anyone that's purchased something from you in the past that you would just want to make sure that you stay on their mind with postcard orders. And what we've partnered with Town with is that 3 times a year, We will send a postcard out with your name, with your information on the postcard. You see it here on the front, on the back. These are Thai-style crab cakes. And it's a recipe for Thai-style crab cakes, which sounds delicious right now. And then the back side is whatever you would want on the back here. Again, and then your photo and your information. And we're going to send this out 3 times a year. And the next time, so this is for the Thai crab cakes. The next time is going to be for some summery corn salad. So this is a foodie. This is the foodie section. So 3 times a year for 7 years, your foodie postcard is going to be sent out to clients of your choice. And it's $20 total per recipient. So let's just say Mark Swindell is one of your recipients. So Mark Swindell for the next 3 years is going to get a postcard with your picture on it, your information, a different foodie postcard periodically throughout the year. So you can see here, view period details. So if you are in the foodie category, those postcards are going to be mailed out of Xpressdocs on April 29th. They will probably hit mailboxes the second week of May. Then the second postcards are going to hit mailboxes probably the second week of August. And then the third postcard, you're looking at the second week of October hitting mailboxes for some Southern bread pudding. Now we have different categories. We have green tips. So this one is tips on planting trees and line dry of clothes, and working your leaves, sending this out in the fall. We have going green, living green, seasonal, hello springtime, welcome back summertime, celebrate autumn, celebrate spring, hello summer, hello autumn. Get cooking, this is a little bit different, but it's sort of similar to the foodies one, which sends out different recipes periodically. Paleo recipes. Try this trend, avocado toast, peach salsa, homemade dill pickles. I know it's getting close to lunchtime where you guys are at, so I'm not trying to tease you with some food here. Safety tips, flood safety, hurricane safety, fire safety tips. We just have different categories here. You get to choose them. And again, 3 times a year for 7 years, clients of your choice will receive these. So if I'm Fred, I can click on Enroll Recipients, and I can, let's just see, look at this. Fred has recipients. Fred has recipients, geez, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He has about 30 recipients that are getting postcards from him 3 times a year. I see here that it's expiring September of 2024. So Fred probably started this right when we started the program, Ralston, which was about 2017, 2018, I think. So Fred has a full group of 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 26 that he has getting postcards from him every year. And you know what? He just signed up one time. It's a set it and forget it. These go out on their own 3 times a year for 7 years. All Fred did back in 2017 was sign up these 26 recipients, and they've been hearing from him 3 times a year. So really cool. As Fred, I can view reports. And it's telling him right here, Amy Phillips has received 14 of the 21, again, 3 times 7, 3 times a year for 7 years, 14 of the 21. He can export this to Excel if he wants to. But this tracks all of his mailings right here. So it's a really cool program that you only have to sign up for one time. And but let's just say that, you know, again, it's been 5 years since Fred, almost 5 years since Fred did this. Maybe he's come up with some more recipients that he would like to do this to. He just needs to click Enroll Recipients. He can add a single recipient, or he can upload a list from Excel. And that list would just have to be, in column A would be their name, column B, the street address, C, the city, D, the state, E, the zip. Just upload it like that, and then he would be getting started on another 3 times a year times 7 that would be on a different time cycle than the original ones that he signed up for in 2017. If he just had one that he wanted to add, just put that right here. And now he has a new recipient, hits the drop down for which one he wants to choose. Let's do Foodies. And click Next. And it's validating the address. Complete the enrollment. And then Fred just pays for it right here, $21.20 with the tax. So $21.20 is the total cost. And now Mark Swindell is getting 3 mailings from Fred for the next 7 years. And I'm going to cancel that. Are there any additional questions on Client for Life, or any additional questions on Xpressdocs as a whole? Ralston did okay on time?
Did just fine on time. It looks like we do not have any questions, or if you do, please unmute and quickly give us those questions. We'll be happy to answer. All right, seeing no questions, just want to thank everyone